aloud of thy righteousness. O Yah, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of Yah are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O Yah, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering. Then shalt they offer bullocks upon thine altar.
There it is. See that?
So he wants that living sacrifice.
That living sacrifice. That's what the sacrifices are significant of. They are a shadow of good things to come. So what's the good thing? What's the good thing, brother? The good thing is you walking in righteousness to be on earth just as the Father is in heaven. Somebody said, that's too hard, brother. We can't do that. We're flesh, we're human. That's why you have to be broken. See, pride is not brokenness. Pride says, oh, we don't know that law. That's pride. You're not broken. You'll never want to please Yah by obeying his laws and statutes and commandments as long as you got pride. Because pride says, I don't have to do that. Contrite, as they say, contrition is the opposite of pride. What did Yaakov say? Humble yourselves, right? Under the mighty hand of Yah, and he will exalt you in due time, right? All right, now notice what he said. Verse 18, he said, do good in thy good pleasure unto to Zion, to build thy walls of Jerusalem. He said, then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, not the animal. So when somebody says, oh brother, you don't sacrifice the animal. Yes, I do. Every day I die daily. That's what the Messiah said. Didn't the Messiah say that? Die daily. I think that was him who said that. Was it Yahshua said that? Die daily. Hold on a second. Oh, Shaul. Shaul said he died daily. Okay. But something that Yahshua said, he did say, except the corn of wheat fall to the ground and die. Okay, yeah, that's John 12 and 24. He said, verily, verily, I say unto you, except the corn of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it abideth alone. But if it dies, it bring forth much fruit. What fruit is it bringing forth? The fruit of the Spirit. For you to bring forth the fruit of the Spirit, you got to die to the will, to the flesh, the appetites, put off the affections and the lust, what Shaul said in one of his other epistles. Put off and put on. I did a lesson one time called Put Off and Put On. I think it's Romans 13. Y'all write these down now. Romans 13:12. He said, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Right? You can do a whole sermon whole lesson on putting off. All right. Ephesians 4:22 is another one that you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. Put off. Right? Colossians 3:8 says now that you also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication. How about that? We got all these channels now that's dedicated to exposing people and talking about everything that they doing just to build their channel. Filthy communication. That's a work of the flesh. Filthy communication out of your mouth. Colossians 3:9 says, lie not one to another, seeing that you have put off the old man with his deeds. All right, that's Colossians 3:9. Shimon Kefa says in 2 Peter 1:14, knowing that surely I must put off this tabernacle, even as our master Yahshua have showed me. Right? So that's what we're supposed to be putting off. That's what the sacrifices is a shadow of. When we go through all these different sacrifices, the burnt offering, right? Let's see. Let's go to Leviticus real quick. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to Exodus 29, right? Exodus 29, that the second book, Exodus, as some would say, Shemot. Okay? Bereshit Shemot, right? 24, 29, 14. But the flesh. Oh, you want to read? Okay, go ahead.
But the flesh of the bullock and his skin and his dung shalt thou burn with fire without the camp. It is a sin offering.
Mm-hmm. That's right. See that? So you're burning it up, right? Okay, keep reading down to verse 18.
Thou shalt also take one ram, and Aharon and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt slay the ram, and thou shalt take his blood and sprinkle it round about upon the altar. And thou shalt cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him and his legs, and put them unto his pieces and unto his head.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto Yah. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto Yah.
Mm-hmm. That's good. See that? So that's called a whole burnt offering, right? Total consumption. No flesh is left. That was the Ruach. See, the Ruach is that fire. That's why we just celebrate the day of Pentecost, Shabbat. Why? Because that's the day where it's called the Feast of Fire, where all the flesh, because you go from the first feast that are tied together with the sacrifices, right? The first feast was what? Unleavened bread, which signifies what? Sin. Put off sin, right? Then we go to the next feast, which is the Feast of Pentecost, which is the fire feast, where you offer a full, whole, total burnt offering. Everything is consumed. We just read it, right? It says, verse 18, look at it again. He said, burn the whole ram. See, people only want to give the Most High a piece out. We'll give them the part. It's okay. Just a little sin. I don't sin a lot. I just sin a little bit. You got to be a whole burnt offering.
That thing that they like the most, they hold on to that. they give away the
Right.
the one that costs them the least,
Right.
that they have the least affection for.
Right. The easy sins. The easy
That
sins.
thing that they really like.
Right.
Keep it back here and reserve.
The easy sins. The little cheat sins,
They only give up what they feel they can afford to do without or want to be without.
Right. You're not sacrificing. Right. Keep my say he knows my heart. Right. He does know your heart. Your heart is supposed to be consumed. Remember back in the day, the mother used to say, stay on the altar. Where'd they get that from? The altar is a place of sacrifice, total consumption, a burnt offering, whole burnt offering. We used to fast. Mother would say, you got fast, baby. And they say, Lord, don't dwell in an unclean temple. They was telling you to be a whole burnt offering.
Mm-hmm. They know you still striving against sin. What does the scripture say? You haven't yet yielded to bloodshed. You still striving against sin or something.
Yeah. All right, let's go to 30, chapter 30. All right, Exodus 30. We're kind of doing this lesson backwards, but that's okay. Start at verse 17 and read down to verse 21.
And Yah spake unto Moshe, saying, Thou shalt also make a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass, to wash withal, and thou shalt put it between the tabernacle and the congregation and the altar, and thou shalt put water therein. For Aharon and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet thereat. When they go into the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall wash with water, that they die not. Or when they come near to the altar to minister to burnt offering made by fire unto Yah. So they shall wash their hands and their feet, and that they die not. And it shall be a statute forever to them, even to him and to his seed throughout their generations.
All right, now break that down. What does that mean?
There at. Oh, there.
What does that mean? Okay, first let's take it step by step, right? All right. You got the laver of brass, right, which is where the water is, right? Mm-hmm. He says, "Thou shalt also make a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass." So you got place to wash your hands and your feet. So, a question: why do you wash your hands and your feet? What's that symbolic of? What do you do with your hands?
Yeah. Everything you touch is with your hands.
Right. So your hands, you serve with your hands. It's like if you was a cook, right? You don't serve people with contaminated hands. Mm-mm. So what's the water? Right?
Yep, it cleanses you.
The water is symbolic of what? The word, right?
Okay.
Right? Shaul says something. Okay, hold on a second. Let's go to Shaul real quick.
I was stuck on Exodus 30 and 19. That word threw me off.
Oh, they're at.
I
Okay.
just saw this one word. Theory. I'm like, what's that?
They're at, yeah. Okay. So Ephesians 5:26 explains that, what I just said, right? All right. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. Mm-hmm. Right? So the word, that's Ephesians 5:26. The laver of brass has water in it for the hands, which is service, right? So you serve Yah with clean hands, not with filthy hands. So Yah, who shall dwell in thy tabernacle, right?
That have clean hands and a pure
Clean
heart.
hands. What is clean hands significant of? You're not making excuses to disobey Yah's word.